It is a beautiful Midsummer's Eve here in Sweden, and it's time for one last surprise. I want to thank everybody who's been watching so far, and I will do some future videos where I will be taking a look at some shirts, perhaps some albums, video games, you name it. So yeah, let's check out the very last shelf. This is it, the very last shelf. And what have we got here? Music DVDs. So let's take a look. Alright, first up I've got some DVD audios and surround sound albums over here. Let's take a look. It's Love by the Beatles. You may call this cheesy or whatever, but seriously, give it a listen, especially if you've got the DVD audio version. Listen to it in DTS surround, and if you're still not convinced, yeah. After that, it's Mike Oldfield, Tubular Bells 2003. This is not the entire album in surround sound, but it is part of it, and it sounds pretty amazing. Another Mike Oldfield, Tubular. This is the 2009 remix, and this contains the entire album in surround and even some bonus tracks, which is very cool. It sounds phenomenally, and it sounds awesome. Next up is Paramore, Riot. This is not a surround sound album, but it does have 24-bit stereo mixes on here and a lot of cool bonus tracks and stuff. So there's the MVI version of Riot, which is really a DVD version of Riot, let's call it what it is. And last but not least, I had Behemoth, Demigod. This is a 2-disc version with a CD and a DVD. So yeah, those are the special albums I've got here. Let's take a look at the DVDs. Okay, starting from the left here, we've got Aborted, the Auricular Chronicles. Awesome DVD. Highly recommended if you're a death metal fan. They're a Belgian death metal band, I believe, and they're just fantastic. Very brutal, high pace, intense show. Awesome. After that is Amon Amarth, or Amon Amarth, as I like to say. Twilight of the Thunder God. This is the sort of special digibook edition. Comes highly recommended. Beautiful package. Comes both with the album and a bonus DVD, so that's cool. After that, we've got Arch Enemy, 2 DVDs. They're my favorite band, I think. If I had to choose, I would probably choose Arch Enemy right off the top of my head as my favorite band. We got the first one, Live Apocalypse. Fantastic DVD, just fantastic, absolutely marvelous. Like, there's nothing to complain about this DVD. It's just extraordinary. Like, yeah, can't recommend it highly enough. After that, it's Tyrants of the Rising Sun from Japan, which is also very good, also very high standard, but it's not quite as good as the first one, I think. It's a bit of a smaller stage, and I don't know, it just doesn't quite have the same sort of bass power to it, I guess you might say. But still, they both come highly recommended. After that, it's Behemoth, Evangelia Heretica. Pretty cool, nice package for sure. But the shows are also pretty cool, but they've mixed in a lot of like video effects and stuff, and the surround mix is quite lacking in this. There's hardly any activity in their surround channels at all, which is kind of sad. Still, if you're a fan of Behemoth, pretty good definitive package to check out. And we've got Cannibal Corpse, Centuries of Torment. This is a documentary covering the entire history of the band, almost. And it's incredibly informative. It's very long, it's very funny, and it's very cool. If you're a fan of the band, check it out. I love the stuff from their old days especially, which is a lot of fun. There's also a concert, but it's quite a poor concert. It's not filmed with good cameras or anything. It's just like outtakes and bootlegs and stuff like that. And we've got another Cannibal Corpse DVD here. It's Global Evisceration, which is another documentary. But it's sort of, I think this one is sort of spliced into some live footage. So you've got some nice concert stuff and some documentary stuff, and I think this is not the best documentary. It's quite poor. I think they were sort of grasping at straws when they made this documentary. So, but if you're a super fan of Cannibal Corpse and death metal, give it a look. After that, it's Cradle of Filth, Peace Through Superior Firepower. This is a concert DVD from 2005, I believe. It's pretty cool. Yeah, decent concert overall. But the video format is kind of weird on this one. It's not adjusted for widescreen, so you have to do that yourself, which is odd. Still, pretty decent. I think they topped themselves with some of their later albums, though. And next up is Doomsday LA from Dayside. Pretty awesome DVD, this one. But it did kind of malfunction for me. It didn't quite work as it should have. But the concert is awesome overall, so give it a look for sure. Awesome, brutal death metal. After that, it's Gorgoroth, Black Mass Krakow, filmed in Poland in 2004. Very controversial DVD, this one. It's pure Norwegian black metal, but it's a pretty fantastic show if you're into that kind of thing. I mean, these are serious dudes. They take their craft very seriously, and it shows. And the production value and the surround mix on these are just astounding. So really puts you in a certain kind of dark mindset, I guess you might say. After that, it's Heaven Shall Burn. It's Iconoclast 2, The Visual Resistance. It's called Bildersturm, I guess. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Heaven Shall Burn's some of their previous albums, not their latest one and not their older ones, but I'm sort of in the middle there, so this is the perfect sort of companion to me. I love this particular era. They've got some fantastic songs here, and you've got two great shows, two great concerts, and lots of interesting, unusual special features on this one. Then we've got El Nino, Live from the Eye of the Storm, quite a short concert, but pretty cool. When I was back in the day, when I was more into nu metal and stuff, I would watch this quite a lot. So if you like El Nino, then check it out. But I'm not a fan of their newer stuff. Then we've got In Flames, Used and Abused, In Live We Trust. It's a spectacular DVD package. Got several concerts in there, lots of documentaries, and tons of music videos. And it's just amazing. Really, really fantastic. Really like fan service. They're really giving everything in this package, and it shows. Like, among other things, I think there's there's one concert that's like at least twice as long as a regular concert. It's even broken up into two segments, which is really, really fantastic. And they play in a small Swedish club for really dedicated fans. And after that, we've got two DVDs from Lamb of God. First, we've got Philadelphia, and then we've got Walk With Me in Hell. Philadelphia came out in, 2004, I believe. Might be wrong on that one, but somewhere around that time. And it's a pretty good documentary. I think they mixed in too much stuff on the DVD, though. They should have had 2 discs there, but whatever. It's quite an experience to just watch the documentary on its own, though. So, comes highly recommended if you're into American metal, thrash metal, yeah, just that kind of stuff. Good fun. Walk With Me in Hell is a documentary about their touring cycle and the result after those 2 albums. And what's cool there is you've got the making of both albums are included, so you've got the whole package there if you want to follow their entire sort of career at that point, which is very cool. So Walk With Me in Hell is it's fun, and it's fun and pretty cool. I'm glad I bought it. It's not the very favorite of mine, though, but you can always watch it on a rainy day. Next up is Machine Head, Elegies. This is an older DVD, but I still think it holds up to this day. I think Machine Head are an absolutely fantastic band in some regards, because they always they stay within a certain sound, but they always kind of reinvent themselves. So they've been through like every single stage imaginary. They've been a new metal band at one point. They've been a thrash metal band, but they've got that sort of essentially they've got sort of that refined Metallica sound, I guess you could say. And yeah, they're an awesome band, and their latest album is just fantastic. I mean, their every album always tops their last album, and I'm amazed that they're able to do that. So check out Elegies. It's a very cool, no nonsense heavy metal show. And after that, it's Blood Puke Salvation. Nice title. From Marduk, or Marduk as I like to call them. They're a Swedish black metal band, and an awesome one at that. I really just recently came to, I don't know, I just got really into black metal. There's something about like the stripped down element of black metal. There's no bells and whistles, there's absolutely nothing. Like, they will just go out there and just shred themselves to pieces. Like, it's completely naturalistic and raw and brutal and fantastic. Like, I think the majority of this show is in black and white. Like, they don't even care, could care less about that stuff. But pretty fantastic and highly recommended if you're into black metal. And next up, appropriately, is Michael Jackson's Vision. There you go. Yeah, I mentioned Michael Jackson earlier, and this contains his, I think almost his entire music video. Like, every important music video is here for sure. And I think he left such a legacy on the world of music, and he really pioneered the art of the music video. Turned them into short films, I guess you might say. So yeah, this comes highly recommended, but I do have to give a fair warning though. These are not like high definition masters or anything like that. They look decent on a smaller size television, but if you got a bigger TV, say you've got a 46, 47, 50 incher or something like that, it's not gonna look great. It looks a little bit pixelated, but if you can live with that, definitely give it a look. Next up is Slipknot. I've got several Slipknot DVDs, and the first one is Welcome to Our Neighborhood. It came out quite a few years ago, I believe, and yeah, it really lives up to the name, because it's not really a concert per se, and it's not really just music videos. It's sort of a interviews spliced into music videos. It's kind of like a montage, I guess you could say. Introductory montage to their music and their world, and yeah, it's quite disjointed, but it's a lot of fun to see the old era Slipknot if you're into them. Next up is Slipknot Disaster Pieces. Disaster Pieces is fantastic. I think it's in pretty much every Slipknot fan's collection. It's just an awesome concert. Like, they were on top of their game here. I don't think they ever got much better than they did here, and it's captured beautifully on stage in London 2002 with lots of cameras going on here. So we also got some of their music videos from the Iowa period, which is cool. After that, it's Voliminal, Inside the Nine. Voliminal is a sort of art documentary, as you might say. It's really just lots of footage that's been spliced together and yeah, distorted, and it doesn't really make much sense at all. But you do have some concert footage on here, and you do have some music videos from the Volume 3 era. So yeah, even though the documentary is not something you watch every day, it's cool to have the music videos for sure. And next up is Sicknesses, also known as Audible Visions of Sicknesses, live at Download. This is the last concert which ever featured, well, I mean, perhaps not literally the last concert, but it's the last concert DVD they released with Paul Gray on bass. because he passed away just a few years ago. It's quite sad. We don't know what's going to happen with Slipknot in the future. So, but a cool show, nevertheless. Give it a watch. And after that, we've got Vital Remains, Evil Death Live. What a name! Totally lives up to the name too. It's a brutal, anti-religious death metal concert, and the guy who steps in as the vocalist here, I can't recall his name at the moment. He just does hilarious faces during this concert, but he's really good. It's a really cool concert, like high speed, like full gear, absolutely brutal, intense all the way through, and they've got really epic songs. Like, I don't think they have a single song that's like shorter than 7 minutes long. So if you're into brutal death metal at all, check out Vital Remains. And we've got some softer stuff here as well. We've got Within Temptation, the Silent Force Tour. I just think this is a very cool, like, they got a lot of bang for their buck here. Great production value on this concert. Sharon does fantastic singing here. It's really sort of a moodier concert when you're not feeling quite so masculine. You want to watch something, a little softer. But yeah, just a beautiful concert, and they really give their all when they're releasing a DVD. So this package is just extraordinary. And then we've got a collection of death metal concerts. It's Death Metal Live with Deicide, Decapitated, Carcass, and Napalm Death. So this is kind of old school death metal, I guess you could say, all wrapped up in one package. Deicide are awesome. They're really the reason I bought this to begin with, but it was very cheap. Decapitated, also pretty awesome. Not the best concert in the world. Could have been a little bit better, I think, quite amateurish, but still, awesome band. Carcass, pretty cool, of course. They members from Carcass joined Arch Enemy eventually, so it's cool to see there. Even though I'm not a big fan of Carcass, really. And we've got Napalm Death as well. Napalm Death is okay, I guess. Again, it's not my cup of tea, really. I'm not into old school death metal as much, but yeah, quite cool to see them all. So there's Death Metal Live. And it should be quite cheap if you're looking to get a death metal fix, so that's cool. And last but not least, I've got a treat for you guys. It's The Doors Perception People box set. This is a fantastic box set. I was able to score this via an auction, actually. When I heard about it, it's long since sold out, I believe. But this is the original Peephole box set, not the slipcase box set. So let's take a quick look at this. There's your front with the peephole. You can actually glance into this peephole and you can actually see photos of the band, which you can kind of rotate around. It's kind of like one of those Viewmaster toys, I guess you might say. And it's actually kind of embossed here, so it looks kind of like there's actually a latch and key and the name of the door. It's Perception here. So there's the front. Let's take a look at the back. And there's the back. There is the photo that rotates around. There's the Doors logo. And yeah, there's the latch. Let's take a look inside. Opens up down the middle. And you've got all 6 main Doors albums. The Doors, Strange Days, Waiting for the Sun, The Soft Parade, Moore's No Till, and LA Woman. They come with very cool booklets, and they come with 2 discs each, 1 CD and 1 DVD with surround sound mixes. The CDs are not the new 40th anniversary remixes, but they are the 1999 mixes. And that's quite cool, because if you compare these to, the CDs to the new box set called A Collection, then you will definitely hear the difference. There's quite a astounding difference between these mixes and the new mixes. And to be perfectly honest, I prefer the 40th anniversary mixes. I think they sound a bit more natural, a bit more modern, I guess you might say. Like, everything is more spread apart, and the bass is nice and rounder. You can really feel the drums, and it feels just like they're more in the room, more present. But these, on the other hand, are also pretty cool because they've got that classical sound, which a lot of people might appreciate. I guess they sound more sort of vinyl-y, I guess you might say. They're more sort of in your face as well. They're quite a bit louder, and there's less echo on these. And the effects are also quite different on some of the songs, so that's interesting. They look something like this. I think you've got the cover artwork there. I'm sure you've all seen all the discs. And we've got the back. And then it opens up with some very awesome artwork. And finally you've got 2 discs and a booklet in there. So yeah, there's the Doors Perception box set. I will do an in-depth review of this later, for sure, and I will also compare it to the A Collection box set, which is cool. Okay guys, so that's my complete DVD walkthrough. I want to say thank you all for watching. Comment, give a thumbs up if you liked it, give a thumbs down if you didn't. Yeah, and subscribe, because there will be a lot of interesting, cool videos in the future. You can also check out my blog. There's an annotation up on the screen right now, and yeah, you can also give a glance in the description for the link there. If you go to my Facebook page, as I mentioned before, there are lots of more photos of my DVD special editions and stuff, if you want to check that out. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.